6 and you have a quarterback need, you got to trust your doctors. But it's, to me, depending on how the medics evaluated him, I look at it, it's worth the risk. There's just too much upside with Tua's ability to play the position. You're looking for a quarterback that can make good, can be accurate with the football. He does all those things. Everybody on the team will love Tua. The locker room, the defense, the trainers, the doctors, the coaches, the secretaries, everybody. This guy, if you've ever seen a face of a franchise who's a great player, it's this guy. You do not want to pass, if you need a quarterback, on Tua Tagovailoa. It'd be a critical error.
And it's interesting. What's the philosophy for the Dolphins? You watch them, they've been trading a bunch of players and they've been getting a lot of first-round picks. Well, I need a quarterback, man. I need somebody to lead my franchise. And they've been saying that, by the way, in Miami for a long, long time. If he was healthy, he would be an easy pick, and he probably would have already been picked already. But this guy is definitely one of the guys we've watched over the last couple years that was the best at his craft.
We probably ought to clarify that the doctors have pretty much cleared him for football activity. He had a very serious hip injury. There's no denying that. But he has, up to this point, recovered. And in the pro day he had, Jesse, he was moving around quite well.
I think there were two questions that the Miami Dolphins have had to try to answer over the last several months. Number one, does Tua's upside outweigh the injury concerns, as we've talked about? And number two, is there another quarterback on the board? Is it Justin Herbert from Oregon or Jordan Love from Utah State that they feel maybe is an equivalent or maybe just a little bit worse than Tua? If that's the case with his injury concern, then maybe you draft somebody else. But I think when Tua's been healthy, he looks every bit like a franchise quarterback. And remember, the Miami Dolphins have not had a Pro Bowl quarterback, Des knows this, since Dan Marino in 1995. So if you believe all the due diligence they've done, you believe your doctors, and you believe Tua's going to play, then by all means, Des, go and get Tua.
You see these quarterbacks. No, you're right about that, but then you got to look at. Go ahead, RD. I think when you look at Justin Herbert too, you know he looks the part. What, 6'6", 200 for the Dolphins.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama. Congratulations, Tua.
I think the Dolphins just won the first round. Not that necessarily he's the best pick, but in terms of risk, in terms of guys that were already off the board, here you have a guy, they did not pass on a quarterback for injury concerns as they did back in the day with Drew Brees, when they let him get away when Nick Saban was the head coach. Now Nick Saban's quarterback at Alabama is going to the Miami Dolphins.
And this is how he was introduced to America. National championship, comes in to start the second half, team's down, and he leads them into an overtime win as a walk-off touchdown. He led him into the 2018 and 2019 season where you just expected him to make every play. He had great weapons around him. Love his decision-making, his accuracy. How many times, guys, did we see him make a throw where the receiver would catch the ball in stride and about he's going to have to learn to get down. He's going to have to learn to give up on some plays. But as far as everything you would look for, as we said earlier, and being that franchise quarterback, he's got it all, Jesse.
I think the most important thing a quarterback has to have is great decision-making, and Tua certainly has that. 87 career touchdown passes, only 11 interceptions. And I love the way Tua plays fast. He drops back quickly. He reads coverage quickly. The ball gets out of his hands fast. He just seems like he's playing at a different gear than anybody else. To me, Tua has everything. And yes, there are the injury concerns, and it's not just the hip injury last year. There's a finger, there's a quad, there's a knee, there's 2 separate ankle injuries. He's got a nice lining to the jacket right now, well-deserved by Tua. But if they can keep him healthy, there's no doubt in my mind they've found their franchise quarterback, and the rebuild is officially on in Miami.
He is a young man who draws people to him. His late grandfather said dreams came to him that his name would be known all over the world.
Tagovailoa. My Samoan heritage has got me to where I'm at because we focus a lot on respect. I've not only had the support of my mom and dad and my grandparents, but my siblings, my first cousins, my aunts, my uncles. I've had support from an entire village, and my parents would be the first to say that it takes a village to raise up a child, and so in that aspect, it goes to my family, all the success that I have.
Who's very talented, high IQ, who wants to go out and change the world. I mean, when you look at him, he has a big heart, just a tremendous quarterback, tremendous person, and he gives all the credit to his faith and to his family. His dad is the guy who I really respect. The way that he instilled discipline in his children, but at the same time, love, I mean, it's just very impressive. So I think the Miami Dolphins got them a heck of a steal right now. The only thing is, guys, obviously, he has to stay healthy.
Well, now Tua is a Miami Dolphin, so that leaves another franchise in search of a quarterback, the Los Angeles Chargers.